Hello guys, Dr. Marie here. Well, according to my son, no more Dr. B, he wants Dr. Marie. So Dr. Marie it is. Practically today I wanted to talk a little bit about respect the person you've become. You know, have you ever heard of birds of a feather flock together, or um, tell me who your friends are or where you hang out and I'll let you know who you are? I know some of that stuff is not entirely true. Some of that stuff is not 100% perfect. Sometimes in life you could have these kind of crazy friends and then you could still be a reserved normal person. But the reality is in those sayings is that eventually you do end up doing things that you may otherwise wouldn't do if you didn't hang with these kind of people. So practically what I'm saying is that when you know that you have grown, when you know that you stop yourself from doing certain things, you want to refrain from smoking, you want to refrain from drinking. It's like, don't say you're stopping from drinking and then you hanging at the bar every night or every weekend with your friends. Because a lot of times when you do have certain changes in your life, you may have to change your friends as well. Because what happened is, once you maintain those same friends, it's going to be much more difficult for you to be able to move forward to where you need to be. When you're making certain steps of growth, when they don't understand it, they're going to start judging, they're going to start saying things that can be hurtful to you. So when you're going through certain changes and you know you're growing, I'm not saying to abandon your friends, to just forget who they are, to just forget families or whatever have you. But I'm just saying that you have to be somewhat consistent. Yes, you have to be consistent with the changes that are occurring in your life. You are not going to abandon people, but you may just need to put some boundaries. If you used to hang with them every weekend, it might be deemed unnecessary. Perhaps you just want to hang with them, start once a month or once every 2 weeks, eventually once every 3 weeks, and then eventually once every 4 weeks. What do you think is going to happen if you're trying to stop smoking, but yet you're still hanging with the same people that are smoking outside of your job, outside of the club, outside of the whatever institution that you go to? And if you're watching them and you're still getting that secondhand smoke, you're still watching them doing it, how do you expect to stop? It's like if you're trying to do a diet, what are you doing at McDonald's? If you're on a strict diet, what are you doing eating fast food? Or why are you hanging at fast food places if you don't want to eat those type of food that are definitely not good for your body? So practically what I'm saying is that respect yourself enough to walk away. Respect yourself enough to say that, okay, I am doing bigger things now and it's okay for me to walk away. When you're trying to go to school and you're doing all these things, you're working hard, you're going to work, and then you might have a couple of friends who just want to be hanging out. They don't mind if they have to just sit out on the patio, sit out in the backyard all day doing nothing, drinking, smoking, and that's fine with them. If your plans are to be in some big jobs, to open your own business, how do you expect to do it with these kind of friends, with these kind of energies? You have to surround yourself. You have to balance the energy around you. You have to balance your environment. And once you do that, I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. I'm not saying that it's not going to be any hard work, but once you do that, it only makes sense that it's normal for you to succeed. You're not going to see people that are successful, people who succeed, had those negative habits of just hanging out doing nothing. No, when you want to succeed, you have to focus on the prize. You have to focus, okay, this is the end result that I want. So this is what I'm going to have to do. This is what I'm going to have to sacrifice. I'm not saying I don't want to be your friend. I'm just saying that I might need a minute. I need to go study now. Because if you have a lot of homework, you can't hang out. You got to get your homework done. So you got to be surrounded by people that would say, hey, listen, you have 3 homework? Why don't I sit down with you, even if it's 1? Let me just read with you for a minute. Let me just find find you a book that you're looking for. Let me just go drop this at the post office for you. You need to surround yourself by those people who understand the growth that's going on with you, and people that would be willing to accept your growth, and that will be willing to support your growth, and definitely willing to celebrate your achievements. So again, Dr. Marie, just stopping by, dropping a little bit of knowledge as usual. And I'm gonna further go into this topic of respecting yourself, because there's so much into it. There's so much that we can include in this topic. So I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, share it with a friend. Somebody might need to hear this. If you know it already, kudos. Just share with somebody who may benefit from it. So I think you're already in events. Until next time, you take care.